Sorry, didn't mean to. Apparently the doorbell, it's like one of those shop bells that you're just browsing something by the entrance, but you're close enough that the entrance bell just keeps chiming. It's just really annoying. That's what that is. Alright, bulb bush. See if our sea moth has survived. I mean, at this point it kind of doesn't matter, because we're not really needing it for much more. I guess it would be more useful parked at the mountain for after we're finished. So yes, actually this is perfect. From here, we want to, 1, grab inventory full. Well, that's just silly. So 1, we want to just eat some of these anyway, and then we want to keep one. And yeah, this has actually worked out perfectly, because now we want to park this over by the mountain, where I definitely should have dropped a beacon instead of it being hanging around here. But never mind. We just go towards Lifepod 2, basically. Perfect. And we can even dock this in the moon pool.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Excellent. And now we can make the hatching enzyme. Ah, we're so efficient. And then we can do the thing that we shouldn't actually necessarily know is a thing, but we can drop the hatching enzyme and scan it. Wasn't that a thing? Oh, that's no longer a thing. Because that was a thing in 100% at one point, where apparently you could scan the hatching enzyme and there was like an old thing. So they removed that, so that's no longer a requirement on the latest version. So it's a case of, should it be a requirement even on the older versions? Interesting. I wonder if the same is true of the laser cutter. I need to get that out of my Cyclops and test whether or not that is still a requirement. Because it's unreasonable to have it as a requirement for older versions when it's no longer possible on a newer version. That said, we haven't gone the other way, and like, for all blueprints, there's like the large room and stuff now on here, but it unlocks when you get the moon pool, or multi-purpose room, I forget which anyway, I think it's the multi-purpose room. So it's actually a moot point, it doesn't matter. You're counting different things, but you're not doing anything differently. But that's interesting. Thought it could still scan the laser cutter? Yeah, probably. That one makes more sense because it actually had information. Whereas this one didn't have information. The hatching enzyme was like hatching enzyme old. And then I probably realized that no one's ever going to read this, because they're only ever going to have it in their inventory and immediately use it. They're never going to drop it. Why would you? So, yeah. I mean, you could say the same as a laser cutter. It's a tool. You don't drop it. It's weird. I haven't actually tried any of my other ones either. While I'm waiting. Propulsion cannon, no. Stasis rifle, no. Knife? Thermoblade? That would be funny. No. Sea glide? No. Repair tool. You can scan the repair tool. Did we know about this? It didn't do anything though, did it? Advanced theory, see Emperor's life cycle. There we go, I was going to say, she usually talks to me.
I thank you. Their freedom is my end. What will it be like, I wonder, to go to sleep and never wake up? Perhaps next we meet, I will be an ocean current, carrying seas to a new land. Or a creature so small, it sees the gaps between the grains of sand. Farewell, friend.
And we leave. R.I.P. Big Miller. It's okay, she's just sleeping. Can't scan these either, can you? Good. Imagine if we just found all of this extra stuff. Well, we're now cured.
Self-scan complete. Vital signs normal. No remaining sign of bacterial infection.
That quicker. Amazing. Well, we can now go and get stabbed again. For science. Actually for selfishness. Because we just want to get out of here. Where to scan your tools for info? I know, right? Yeah, you scan 3 fragments to make it. Well, that is itself a bone of contention for me. To make the Sea Glide, this large, big, complex thing in front of me, you scan 2 fragments. To make the laser cutter, a smaller tool with much fewer moving parts, you scan 3 fragments. Stasis rifle, 2 fragments. Propulsion cannon, 2 fragments. Why is the laser cutter 3 fragments? It's so weird. For comparison, a scanner room is 3 fragments. A moon pool is only 2. Any of the prawn arms are only 2. The nuclear reactor is 3. So a laser cutter is as advanced and complex as a nuclear reactor. That's what we've learned. Anyway, we get stabbed. Like, when I'm playing with mods, one of the first things I usually do is equalize things a little bit more. And make it so that the laser cutter is 2. The Sea Glide remains 2, generally, just to make a faster start. And then I adjust the Cyclops ones as well, because it's wild to me that the Cyclops bridge is 3, the engine is 3, and the hull is 3. Like, the hull is very large, but also quite simple, so that makes sense. But the engine is also very large. So I think I usually do it like bridge 3 and then engine 4 and hull 5 or something like that. And then prawn suit 3 so that you can actually do it without going into the Aurora. Gotta prove it's an advanced tool, I guess. Yeah, apparently. I don't know. And we have our Seamoth here to get us speedily back to the shallows. Jump.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Keep holding shift when I don't need to, I'm just not used to it. The other 2 nickel. Let's grab both plasteel out, in fact. And now we'll dump all of this stuff away. We'll keep the sulfur on us in case we need that. And maybe we'll keep the electronics out in case we need those. We kind of don't expect to need anything else, though. We'll see what we need. But we've got the boosters, I think, is the next thing we're making. And then we've no idea what comes next. Tools affect the environment, covers to progress your area into access into wreck areas. Yeah, all the more reason it should be easier to make, in my opinion. Ah, we need aerogel and a wiring kit. I'm an idiot. Didn't even look at the blueprint before I went in. Favor is we need the laser cutter to open a door to gain access to laser cutter fragments. Yeah, they kind of didn't think very well about the spawns there. Hopefully I don't need more rubies. They're not hard to find, they're just kind of annoying. Yeah, you like use a laser cutter to open an access through a door, and then you find through there that there was just a door that leads somewhere, or just like one of those tubes that leads outside anyway, so you didn't even need the laser cutter in the first place. That's always fun. Annoying, but fun. There's a few examples around. That reefback has surfaced. That's interesting. You good? He's still swimming, so I think he's good. What else we got next? Fuel reserve, crystalline sulfur, okay, and then kyanite. Right, kyanite and ion power cells. We finally have an excuse to make the... They did say it would need a big energy source, so that makes sense. I don't have enough kyanite, so I've got to go back down again. Darn. Okay, I think I need more rubber for the power cells. Let's just grab that on the way. We can at least make those. And then we just go back to the QEP in order to bamf to the thermal plant. And we will find kyanite there. Ion battery. Ion battery. Ion battery. So we could have made some ion batteries earlier and made use of them. Oh well. Ion power cell, we could stick that in the Seamoth if we felt we needed to. The map just isn't big enough to really care most of the time. So, 4 kyanite and then hope that we don't need something else. So, back to the mountain. We probably want to go to the right, I think, is slightly shorter path to get to where the QEP is. Maybe, I don't know. If only I had a map based on my sonar that allowed me to see the distances involved. I really appreciate it when game developers look at the modding scene and they see, okay, what have people been adding to the game because they have felt like it needed to be changed? Like, what quality of life, not massive big content things, though you can use those for inspiration too, what quality of life things have been added to the game? Things like increasing the number of slots you have, like quick slots. Yep, here's our prawn suit. It's still stuck. Prawn suit. Except it kind of isn't, is it? But yeah, like well, they did make the Sea Glide map toggleable. You know, it's now a toggle instead of cycling through the same option. Oh, you can actually scan kyanite, I should do that too. So they did some. They've made some improvements. But like the Sea Glide light being white instead of blue makes a huge difference. And yeah, there is a map mod, I'm fairly certain. That I think it's based on your exploration, I'm not sure. Ideally it would be, but... Yeah, there's quite a lot of quality of life mods that you can take advantage of that make the game a lot more pleasurable. And it's just wild to me that they didn't incorporate more of those in the V2. Done anything with the de-extinction mod. I don't know what the de-extinction mod is. So, so probably not. Not one I'm familiar with, I don't think. Not one I recognize by the name, put it that way. Okay, now we go all the way back again. I guess if my inventory hadn't been as... Well, I had plenty of space, that's the thing. I had plenty of space, admittedly, in my prawn suit. Maybe I did have more stuff in my prawn suit. But it's lost because I can't access the storage. That's a really good point. I might have had more kyanite. I probably did because I mined a big chunk. I almost wish that what they'd actually done with the update as well, like, okay, they changed the base geometry so the prawn suit was less likely to get stuck in it. Maybe they should have made it that you just couldn't take the prawn suit into the base. Yeah, like, make it so that the wall is, like, impervious to vehicles. Like, the Seamoth can't go through the water barrier. Just make it that the prawn suit can't go through that barrier. And then, okay, oh, I can't get the prawn suit into the base. Oh, I'll park it on top of the thermal plant anyway. No problem. All of a sudden, you have no problems, and you don't need to worry about people getting stuck still. Huge thing I've been working on to the gargantuan Leviathan thing. I honestly just dislike that. I think it's stupid. They overdo it. Like, they make it way too big, if nothing else. Okay, if you want a bigger, like, gargantuan Leviathan, I remember seeing Selvna play it at one point. And it's just too big. It's just too silly, and I just don't get why. I don't see the point. Because it's often the... like, crater's edge as well, so it's like... Why should I care about it? I'll just go about my business and do nothing with it, so I don't see what. Can't drill those cubes? Oh well. Move the cubes. I don't know, just... You can still have them go into the PCF. I don't know if it's as likely to get stuck there or not, but... I don't know, yeah. I don't know. Maybe have some ion cube fabricators in the caches instead or something. Like, they could have worked around it if they needed to. I would just make their geometry better, obviously. Like, it's still working around a problem that shouldn't exist. I get that. But, yeah, I don't know. Let's have more ion cubes accessible around the place. Add another sanctuary cache or something. Don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of really big mods that people have been working on, and some of them are interesting, a lot of them just seem ludicrous to me, and yeah, the Gargantuan in particular just seems bizarre to me. Like, do you have to kill it before you escape or something? Because that seems completely counter to the rest of the game being pretty non-violent. Cyclops shield generator. Well, I have one of those, so that's handy. I did actually build one of those. Plasteel ingots. And... was it an advanced wiring kit, was it? No, just enamel glass and a computer chip. Okay, cool. I have all of those things, so we're almost done. And we need to use our... I haven't actually been this way in ages. Okay, our creep vine is trying to get into the Cyclops. That's cool, I guess. This way. The upgrades are this way. Shield generator. Yoink. And now we can just go out this way like we normally would. Farewell. Suggestively coloured giant Cyclops. Wink. Farewell, Seamoth, that did us such good service. An emerald glass. That away. Let's take some ion cubes with us, shall we? A lot more stuff to it and other creatures and features than just the Gargantuan. Well, I don't know what the other features are. That'd be more interesting. But the fact that the Gargantuan's like the big selling point, yeah, just immediately turns me off to it, quite frankly. So don't they have it, like, taking down the sunbeam or something instead of the QEP? Which is just stupid to me. I don't know. Like, there's no way a creature like that could sustain itself. Oh yeah, forgot the plasteel ingot. There's no way a creature that large could sustain itself in this environment. Like, as it is, the Ghost Leviathans off in the Void Leviathans, and what a pack of dogs. Jesus. Oh, they're going after the camera drone still. Let's see how. Well, you're welcome for the ball, I guess. But yeah, they kind of led with that one for the sake of shock value or something, I guess. But it's, yeah. It's the thing that turns me off it entirely. Let's just deconstruct some stuff to give us some titanium, to be honest, rather than going after things. I can just get rid of that. And, I don't actually know what else I can get rid of now. I need 4 more titanium. Get rid of the desk. Excellent. Can I get rid of the shelves?
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome back to Subnautica.
That pleases me completely unreasonably. I need one more? Okay. I don't want to get rid of my coffee machine. I should just get rid of the coffee. Actually, get rid of the radio. Don't need the radio. I haven't needed a radio in ages. Perfection. That deserves a Steam screenshot. Cool, now I have everything, I think. Yes. Good. Building what I want to check out. That could be interesting, yeah. Again, though, like, adding some interesting extra stuff that you can build sounds good on the surface, but it's like, in this, as part of the V2 update, they made, not a big song and dance about, but they presented it, hey, we've added in the large room from below zero. Even though there is no lore, reason, no justification, they really phoned it in. They just added it in, made it, oh, you make the you scan the multi-purpose room. Hey, now you can make a large room. They could have added something, maybe another experimental base that the Degacy had built or something. I don't know. Some sort of fragment. They couldn't be bothered. And you just don't need it. I haven't built it. Oh yeah, we scan kyanite. Yeah, we have the blueprint for the large room. I think that was the only thing they really added. I forgot to get super dramatic about building the shield. Oh, the cockpit. I mean, yeah, we didn't build a nuclear reactor and stuff because we didn't feel that we needed it, but I could definitely see how other people may have. It would have been handy for building a base in the underworld, instead of having to rely on thermal vents and stuff like that. But in terms of other things, so yeah, they added in the large room somewhere down here. There we go. Yeah, large room and the glass dome. I was tempted to build the multi-purpose room glass dome, but ultimately couldn't be bothered. I wasn't sure if I was going to stack them, maybe, but didn't end up doing so. And then there's the large room here. Yeah, I could have consolidated down my whole base into that arrangement, but by the time you get plasteel, you kind of have a bit of a setup anyway. Actually, to be fair, you get plasteel when you discover the Seamoth still. They still haven't fixed that, even though the Seamoth doesn't use plasteel. Scan the nuclear reactor, don't discover plasteel. It needs it. Scan the Seamoth. To be fair, I didn't do them in that order, so maybe the nuclear reactor now does that, perhaps. Strike 2, I think. That's what we want. That. There we go. Perfection. Oh no, we're falling again? Are we gonna die? Jesus. How are we supposed to get over to the other side? Okay, let's just go up the ladder on the other side. If I can't escape this planet because the platform is bugged, then that's just gonna be the icing on top of this scuffed playthrough. No, okay, we can get up here. Thank goodness for that. But yes, I should actually try and investigate whether or not they've fixed the scan nuclear reactor. I mean, it's reasonable to expect you've scanned a Seamoth by then, I guess. But it's not guaranteed. Alright, let's hit some switches.
Auxiliary power unit online. Communications systems array active. Pressurizing hydraulics.
Yeah, I believe that the only change of consequence that they added in V2.0, from what I can remember of what was changed at that point, is literally the toggle map option on the Sea Glide. I'm fairly sure that is the only change they made that I actually really notice, or that I feel is a positive change. Large room doesn't make sense and isn't necessary. I don't know if they added anything else. So I didn't actually look. Oh, they made it so that if you build a base above water, then you get like the bulkhead bit with stairs or something, which makes no sense given that there's a separate bulkhead that you can build instead. It doesn't look like a hatch at that point. I don't know. Who's building a base on land? I guess maybe some people were, but that's such a niche thing to actually add in. Well, there's the partitions and partition doors for the large rooms. Like, hey, I can make my base less useful. If I'm wanting partitions and doors, I'll build tubes and multi-purpose rooms instead. With bulkheads between, because that adds strength. Whereas these don't add strength. Was there anything else they added? Any cosmetic stuff? No, this is all the same stuff. I don't know how close I got to like an all blueprints run with this. There's probably some things that I missed. Because I have not been to the dunes at all, because nothing has led me there. That's the other annoying thing. Maybe they could have made a wreck in the dunes have the remains of a large room. And that would be, you know, a reason to go there. That would be nice. Add a beacon. Add another life pod that was near it or something. I don't know. One mod, if your fabricator is within a certain distance to your lockers, it pulls materials automatically. Yes, that's a very common addition in a lot of survival style games, because no one ever seems to want to do it natively. Lightyear Frontier, that mech game that I was playing recently, does it automatically. No mods required. At least from my experience, and that seemed to do it for me. So, yeah, would recommend. Otherwise, like Valheim and, yeah, Enshrouded, I think. Oh no, Enshrouded there was a magic chest. If you built a magic chest, then it would pull from. And that's a good way of doing it. I don't mind it when it is a special type of container that you add that is like a networked container. Maybe that would be something they could have added that ion cubes could be used for as well. Like a quantum container. That would be handy. I don't know, quantum locker. That'd be cool. Have it like green on the front instead of blue for the glass. That'd be cool. Yeah, because otherwise just from a wall locker and stuff, I can understand why that's not a thing. Anyway, let's get out of here, shall we? I'm done with this. I'm not going to save again. Yeah. Good fun. We had some fun. I should have seen what my playtime was, actually, because I didn't actually look at that. I can't save now. Oh well, never mind. It's like 2 hours on top of what it was when I started this. About 14 hours.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we get the funky music.
Time capsule jettisoned.
Check my messages. That's my service provider.
Caution. Approaching orbital debris field.
Flashback to the start where you got smacked in the face with a broken
Orbital
panel.
debris field clear.
I needed the shield generator.
Performing gravity turn maneuver.
Grounded did it automatically? Possibly. Yeah. It's one of those things that
Confirm destination
doesn't always make
coordinates.
sense to do lore-wise, but it's just a quality of life thing. It's like, yeah, let's just suspend disbelief at that point and go, yeah, I'm just grabbing things from the lockers that are around me.
2, 1.
Even if the radius is really short. That's fine. Reinforcement suit my ass, yeah. Well, the reinforcement suit doesn't have a helmet. That's a key point. So that you can wear your rebreathe.
What is a wave without the ocean? A beginning without an end. They are different, but they go together. Now you go among the stars, and I fall among the sand. We are different, but we go together.
I'm going to let the credits run. And hide my ugly mug. For now. And I'm going to take a short break.
Welcome home to Alterra. Permission to land will be granted once you have settled your outstanding balance of 1 trillion credits.